Hey, this is Daniel, Show of Force. Welcome to today's vlog. Today we're gonna look more into hands because quite a few of you guys requested, like maybe also show some hands you played and like this kind of stuff, like actually getting into some actual poker, I guess, which makes sense because it's a poker vlog. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna jump in, me like going through some hands, pretty high stakes. Enjoy. Okay, hello guys, and let's get into some high stakes action, some high stakes hands. Most of them will be 25-50. So let's see some cool stuff going on. Inner Psy, Poker Size Pro, cool 1992. Old school reg, Surfer, aka I know him, he's a friend. Born to Tilt, and Rhino, who was the target at this table. I raised to 911 backwards, so conspiracy raise sizing. Cool 1992, cool, makes it 550, and the fish. I didn't want to call him the fish, but okay. I wanted to keep it like the fun player towards the video, but okay, calling him the fish, calling it how it is. He was a Romanian player, Romanian fun player. So no, I did not call. What? Here I make it manly 4-bet. I think you can just shove it in. I think I know he's 3-betting not very, but quite wide from the small blind here, so I'm not really afraid of him. Not that much afraid of him either, since he just called the 3-bet. He was tight. So we can shove as a 4-bet, or we can be a man and hope if we get called, our 4-bet gets called, hope we don't see a king or an ace. So I do prefer to be a man this hand, and cool folds, Rhino calls, not saying fish anymore. And here with pot size left behind, I think with hand like queens, I like just shoving it in, because I think he mostly has. I don't think he really has kings and aces that much. I don't think he plays them this way. So I'm not very concerned on this board. Like I'm concerned of like pocket nines, I guess. Maybe eights, main concern, but I still think he has quite a bit of jacks and tens that will call my shove. So I do decide to shove, and he calls 9-9, and we scoop. He shows pocket tens, and we scoop a nice pot, 10k pot, right off the bat. So pretty nice hand. I'm trying to keep them short, just going into like the flash, a few flashy hands. So it's not that boring for you guys. If you want me to go more in depth in the future with how I played my hands, let me know, because I still want to keep it attractive for like old kinds of viewers. So maybe some people don't like to see like half an hour, like a few hands, like 6-7 hands in half an hour. Or maybe they just like see, oh, okay, crazy pot, 10k, queens versus tens, oh my god, insane. So yeah, maybe most people want to see that. Okay. So next hand, is this the next hand? Yeah. Ace 4 suited, Ace 4 of hearts, O spiel, OtB RedBaron makes his appearance in this hand. He folds though. He is widely considered as the best 6-max cash game player on the planet. So we call the big blind, pretty easy call, I'd say. We check to O spiel, which c-bets, who c-bets, and we decide to go for the check raise. I think it's perfectly fine with this hand, with the gut shot and back to 5-straw. We bink, and at this point I'm pretty happy with my hand. Hitting our out, and I bet big. He calls. River. Oh, it's like, you know, this turn is like you really pray. Okay, safe river. No club, no pairing the board. No club, no pairing the board. Well, did pair the board. Uh, so at this point, I just shove. It's like, okay, shove and hope. But I think he can still call me with an 8x. I think mostly I'm shoving straights and full houses. I don't think he does have that many full houses or straights himself, so I'm not really afraid of that many hands. That said, it's kind of, for sure, it's kind of debatable. What do you guys think about this? Like, would you bet smaller or would you shove? Nah, I think in retrospect, I would just prefer a smaller bet with this particular hand, of course. But when you're playing like at a higher level, you kind of want to, like a quick tip, you kind of want to think about your whole range and what it wants to do. So yeah, and he calls pretty fast and turns over the pocket fives. Painful. 13k pot, down the drain. 13k, just like that. Okay, we have a hand versus a fun player from Romania, my fellow Romanian. Trying to keep the video short because I see the light is kind of like going out. So, okay, we make a small c-bet. I think it's fine with ace of diamonds especially. We get called. I don't really like betting this turn. We don't really have much for going for us, and he can have a lot of his calling range from the flop connects with this turn. So I don't really like battling with that without having that much. So I just check back. And cool river, interesting river. Like now 6 makes a straight. The flush comes in. Jack 10 has a straight, but kind of unlikely. So, and he makes a very small bet, like 400 into 1.6k. At this point, I'm like, this is very tempting since I am blocking some flushes with the ace, a lot of flushes with the ace of diamonds. So, and I have nothing. I'm never good here. And when he bets this small, I think I can attack this small bet. I think he mostly bets like something like 2 pair like this. I think even if he has a straight, I think he bets on the bigger side. And I know he's not a big hero caller. He hasn't been showing like a lot of tendency to like really call down very light. So I did decide to turn my hand to bluff with my hand basically because he bet small and I think he has something like 2 pair or a set. And I think pretty scary river. I think I can get him to fold those. Pretty big raise. And it doesn't take that long to call with the second nuts. So owning me right there, inducing the spew from the spew monkey. Not very pleasant result in this hand either. Oh, hand with so I guess let's leave the other hand for the last and go with this one with against LLinusLLove. So we have these two hands against the I guess top 5 players of 6 max cash games online. LLinusLLove is also regarded as a very good player. Very tough to play against. So as you can see, he 3-bets me here. I think we can call, we can call, we can 4-bet, we can fold. All of them I think are fine options. I decide to call, bingo a bit deeper with him as well. Bink again, pretty cool story so far with us binking. Get him some water. Check to him, he bet small. I decide to fast play this time with my hand. You can do whatever. I think fast playing is fine though. And he calls. So I put in a smallish raise actually. And I go for a cheeky small bet here, hoping to maybe like induce something. I think my range also wants to bet something like this. And also I don't really need protection, so a cheeky bet like this makes sense. The action is on him, he tanks for a bit and he shoves. It's like, oh, okay, pretty satisfied at this point. And I call, and also river flush, and he shows pocket jacks. And so, yeah, I saw his hand on the turn, and when you see he has 0% in a 12.2k pot, it's like, yes, cool. Yes, strong. It's a very, very nice feeling. Now, for the last hand, we have a hand against the end boss, OtB RedBaron himself. We 3-bet small blind against him. Fearless. We flop decent. I go for a small c-bet on the flop. Can bet like this with a lot of hands. He calls. I turn 2 pair, but I think this turn card is pretty good for him. I'm satisfied with my hand here, but he can still have pocket 7s, pocket 10s, pocket jacks, 8, 9, even pocket deuces, maybe. I don't know if he calls that pre-flop and have me beats. So, and this is a bad turn for my queens, kings, aces. So I think mixing in some some strong hands here in the as a check, I think makes sense, especially against a player who I know is pretty aggressive and pretty competent. I think we want to like disguise our range in some spots, so I think it's a fine spot to do it with. So he bets small. I call. I don't think it's much point in raising here. And this is the river. And I check to him again. Pretty safe river, I would say. I don't think he has that many hands that improved. Not many backdoor flushes, I would say. So he can still have king queen as a bluff, ace queen. Maybe he bets mergey like pocket 8s, pocket 9s, some pocket pairs on the flop, 7, 8, some stuff like that. So he still has some weaker hands and he shoves. At this point, yeah, as I said, the thing is when you're facing a strong player that you know he can find bluffs in a lot of spots, it makes it bit of an easier call. So like okay, I do decide to call, and I see pocket 5s, and the first reaction is, yeah, pocket 5s, cool. He's like in my mind it's like this was a bluff because I did not see like okay, river is a diamond, so like yeah, pocket 5s, cool. But then I see the pot going to him. It's like what? Oh, 5 on the river. Oh, come on, too outed. OtB, how can you do this to me? So yeah, again, not a pleasant river, I guess. Fucking rivers. And we have a bonus hand. I included the bonus hand from today. Squeeze, big squeeze. Both of them are regulars. Atlkrjb calls. I don't know how to call this guy. Pogo KC calls, and we get a pretty favorable flop, as some people would say. So Jack 10, I would still do quite a bit of checking on this board, being a 3-way. So I think mixing in a hand like this makes sense, like a strong draw like this, to play as a check. He bets 40%ish, and I call. We can fast play, but I think just check calling. And this is why the hand was so special, pretty cool. It's very rare that you have the coconuts, as Will Kasuf would say, and also get bet into. So I just going pretty fast with the hand. So he bets pretty big. At this point, I don't think he really is gonna fold that many hands, given how the hand played so far. So I do like just fast playing here. Fast playing my hand. And of course we have the nuts, but a lot of rivers can come that can ruin the action for us, so I do like just putting the money in, and there's not much of a sweat because we have the nuts. So, and unluckily for him, he had not flush, he had like the ace high flush. So yeah, 3-6, sorry it was not high stakes, but I think it's pretty cool when you have the supreme nuts and also get paid off. It was a deep pot as well. So, hope you enjoyed these hands. Let me know if you have a preference in the future that I go like keep it like this, go into like some highlight hands maybe, or would you want me to go a bit more in depth, or what kind of poker content do you want to see in the future? So, I hope you enjoyed these hands. Daniel, show of words. Peace. The best
Don't be shy, call me.
Yeah, it's the pokers. I play it every day. Got the sturdiest chip stacks from turnies to 6 max. Hate us for nothing. Straight flush or bluffing. Please believe I'll be caking and crushing.